Is Starfield having the success that Xbox needs it to have? What's the effect on Xbox consoles? So far, it looks good. However, I would put a giant asterisk here because you can see from this article is from gamesindustry.biz, that people are attributing the bump in Xbox sales to Starfield, which I think absolutely is correct, and you should do. However, the asterisk that I would put is Xbox doesn't care about console sales. The real question I have, and this is probably something that we'll never know, what's the effect on Starfield to Game Pass? I'm really curious on Game Pass for PC. With the numbers that we're seeing from Steam, all-time highs for Bethesda games on Steam, I would be curious at what percentage of that, what that number looks like for people that didn't buy on Steam, but rather played from Game Pass for PC or purchased Game Pass for PC rather, and Game Pass Ultimate. I'd be very, very curious on those numbers. Regardless, I think it's universally true that Starfield has had a positive net effect on Xbox overall. Indeed, this article from gamesindustry.biz states that. Let's go through it here real quick. This is an article from Christopher Dring, head of games B2B at gamesindustry.biz. GfK data reveals that the Xbox Series S and X sales jumped 76% week on week for the 7 days ending September 2nd. That would be leading up to leading up to Starfield, and I believe crosses over with early access. GfK game boss Dorian Block says that the week is the biggest this year so far for the Xbox Series S and X hardware sales in the UK. Yeah, all these numbers, by the way, are in the UK specifically. Meanwhile, the week ending September 9th is currently the second best week, which is interesting. This was partially due to the launch of the Xbox Series S 1TB edition. Shout out to my main man Beast, who I know purchased one, and I'm slightly jealous. I like that black. I still prefer the yellow, but that extra hard drive space is very, very nice. And I think this was the right move for Xbox. Absolutely. That accounted for 24% of all Xbox consoles sold during that week. Absolutely huge. Again, I think proving the point that having multiple entry points, multiple options for consumers is the way to go, for sure. The new version of Xbox S is roughly £50 more expensive than the standard Series S model, yada, yada, yada. But the jump, this is the conclusion, the jump in Xbox console sales was also due to the launch of Starfield. The Bethesda game officially launched on September 6th, but was available on September 1st. It did overlap. See, I knew it. I knew my early access because I was in early access. But it was available on September 1st to those who were willing to pay for the premium edition. As a result, the standard Xbox Series X console posted a 46% increase in sales for the week ending September 2nd in the UK. So, good games sell your product. Absolutely. Having stuff that can only be available on your product sells your product. That's it. That's the game PlayStation has been playing all along and has been crushing it, quite frankly, for themselves, and is why they have the brand and the brand strength, the brand recognition that PlayStation has today. So this is huge for Xbox. I think Starfield is huge. It looks like, at least according to this data right here, that Starfield has definitely had that effect for the Xbox. Again, I would love to see these numbers for Game Pass because I would be willing to bet that increase is much higher over on Game Pass in sheer numbers. Probably not percentage because there was already a giant percentage of Game Pass. We're over 20 million, talking about more than 20 million Game Pass subscribers. But I would be curious at what that jump is, what that jump looks like in sheer numbers and total numbers over for Game Pass. I would like to know, anybody on this channel, did you get Game Pass for Starfield specifically? And if you didn't, do you know anybody that picked up Game Pass or Game Pass Ultimate, Game Pass for PC, etc., specifically to play Starfield? Let me know in the comments below. I'd be very, very curious at how many people either did themselves or know someone that did. I'd be willing to bet that number is pretty substantial. So let me know. Moving on to our next story, it stays on Starfield here, and this is from the Bethesda.net. This is their official blog. This is just what is coming from Starfield. I thought it would be good to review here since Starfield is in the news and it's so Xbox-centric. What's not coming is maps. I really do want in-game town maps. I hope that comes via mods or something, but The surface map. I get why the surface map exists for new planets and the procedural generation, and I think that does make sense. But for your static main quest cities that will always be the same for everybody, I want a map. I want a city map. There's actually a website, Games Maps, I think it is. I don't remember the link off my hand, but I was reviewing their maps that they put together of it, and it's so helpful. Just give me a map of the city. It's so helpful. Anyways, here is the hot fixes. Here's the regular interval updates that are coming for the community. Top requested features, including the following: brightness and contrast controls. I like that. I like that a lot. It gets too dark sometimes. I would love to control that. HDR calibration menu, absolutely huge. The field of view slider, that's a big one. That's where we're really going to see that, I think, in really nice screenshots, beautiful screenshots of space. That field of view slider will be huge. The NVIDIA DLSS support, a lot of people complaining about that. 32:9 ultra wide monitor support on the PC, and an eat button for food. Yes, please. They're also working, Bethesda says, closely with NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel on driver support, and each update will include new stability and performance improvements, including then mod support and mod add-on support from there. So regardless, if you were looking for any of those abilities, you're in luck. These quality of life features are coming. These requests, top community requests, are coming to Starfield. Very, very exciting. Gamepass Core. Remember, Gamepass Core is going to be, it's replacing Xbox Live, Xbox Gold Live, and it's like the entry level for Gamepass Core. And there's 36 games available. They have reviewed those. This starts this week, September 14th. Among those games, you can see the list here. There's some noteworthy ones. The day one games are not there, again, which I think is a smart move. This is just an entry-level pass. So you get, for instance, you get Forza Horizon 4. You do not get Horizon 5. But still, you get Forza Horizon 4. You get Fallout 4. You get Doom Eternal. That's a big one. Celeste, Dead Cells are also big. There we go. Halo 5 Guardians you get, but you don't get Halo Infinite. I think that's the right move. Remember, this is entry level. This is minimum. And then is it only $1 more, I believe, to upgrade? Regardless, it's a $2. It's a few dollars more at the most to upgrade. So this is not supposed to be the entire package. This is that entry level. In the same way that the Series S is an entry level console, you have your entry level subscription service here as well that is replacing Xbox Live Gold. I think this is a smart move. I think this was the correct move. And I think it's gold. I think it's well done. So if you're not into Game Pass, you know people that aren't into Game Pass, you can show them Game Pass Core, show them the 36 games that are here, some pretty solid ones. But then you can say, or for a few dollars more, you can get the entire experience, which includes day one games like Starfield, and go from there. Again, I think it's just so easy. It's too easy to sell Game Pass, honestly. You're like losing money if you don't have Game Pass. You actually are losing money if you don't have Game Pass and you're playing video games at this point. So, and last news story of the day. Now, I am not a developer, so I don't understand the intricacies here with this, but I thought it would be worth mentioning. Many of you understand the intricacies here. Unity, I saw all the hubbub from Unity. A lot of this is going to affect Xbox Game Pass. Unity, very popular gaming engine, because basically it was free for people to publish their games. The fees were not low compared to something like Unreal Engine, where the fees were much higher, etc., etc. And Unity matches Unreal Engine's model, where it's a per install fee that is being charged. There was a lot of outrage, particularly from small developers on this. And Unity ended up issuing a statement this morning saying that it intends to pass on the cost to Microsoft, not the game developers itself. This is an article from WindowsCentral.com. Windows Central says we've reached out to Microsoft to comment on that, but nothing there. Unity has made some clarifications around certain aspects of the deal, although it continues to endure heavy criticism from every side of the industry. I don't know that Unity is going to move. There may be something there that they're seeing on their side that makes them, hey, we're leaving money on the table here. This is not what's best for us. I don't know, though. The one thing that has come up is this is the old boss of EA who famously said that everything should be microtransactions, that, you know, reloading your ammo should be microtransactions. And so a lot of people on Twitter are quoting him and saying he ran EA into the ground. He's doing the same thing here with Unity. I don't know about any of that. Honestly, I'm not too in the weeds on this, but it is interesting and it could affect future indie developers for Game Pass. We will monitor this as it goes along. But I would love to know if you're a developer, if you're an indie developer, if you're familiar with this, what are your thoughts on it? Let me know in the description, in the comments below. And do you think, have you used Unity? Will this cause you to jump ship and use a different program? Again, let me know in the comments below. And we'll leave it there for today. Hope you guys are having a great week of gaming. Think about this year for gaming overall. It's been a fantastic year. We are at the dawn of the golden age of gaming, in my opinion. I really believe that. It's just amazing the amount of quality games that are out. Now we have Lies of P, which just dropped, which looks like it's doing really well. Everybody that's playing it's getting pretty high reviews. Looks fantastic. It's a great time to be a gamer. If you like what we're doing here, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel. My name is X1 the Gamer. We have daily weekdays, Xbox news, opinions, thoughts dropping right here on this channel. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next video.